Niggas really about to hit 5 amethysts.
That's crazy, bro.
Hold on, what is it at right now? When I look.
Bow.
Shit do not want to come off my nail. Oh, it don't want to come off my nail.
Can fish see water?
Can fish eat water?
See.
Yeah.
I'm done spending an obscene amount of money.
I mean, when they eat their food, they eat water too.
With Factor. Fresh, never.
Y'all think fish can see water?
That was a good one.
I'm pretty sure. I think so.
No, cause we can't see air.
But you think if a fish sees some water, they gonna go to
Because,
it?
hold on. 'Cause, you know,
Nigga, first off, a fish gotta see the water because at the end of the day,
they breathe
we
water.
don't see
Like-
air. But if they was to come up, they would never see air too.
How we
And
know?
So technically, fish see air.
because do I think alligators they on the water and the motherfucking where they ass don't see water or I mean they don't see.
They can see underwater though.
They can see water. They can see the
underwater,
water
but they
and they
can't
can
see
see
the water.
underwater, but they
Wait,
can't
so-
see air
So
regardless.
they
Nobody
can't see
can
the
see
water,
air.
but they can see under the water. How do they know they underwater if they can't see?
Cause they breathe in.
So they
can breathe underwater, though.
They can't see underwater.
They can breathe
They can-
underwater
they
through
can
their
see underwater.
They
gills.
can see them.
They can see underwater.
But how they know they underwater? Because
We talking about fish, not alligator. We talking about fish.
Right. I'm saying a fish go see that they underwater. That's my whole point.
Because they
That's
know
what made me
what,
bring up alligator.
So if they know what air, if they know if they out of water, then they know. What
They
water.
can't breathe. They can't breathe if they, cause they're not gonna be able to see the air
So
because
they only know they're in the water by breathing,
right.
not by
So they-
seeing.
But what the fuck they got eyes for?
So they can
To see
see
they
underwater.
To
They
see
can
their
see
food,
underwater.
to see what the food.
Can you
they-
see underwater?
Yeah, I can see underwater.
Can you see underwater?
I keep my eyes closed.
Well, I can see underwater, and I can see when there is water.
Duh.
So
Can fish
yes,
see water?
yes, fish can see water. We gonna ask chat.
You know how like underwater we can't breathe?
Can fish see
Fish
water?
can't breathe
So
out
it's
of water.
opposite.
So that's a very solid question. Do they see? Because we can't see air.
But can a fish see air?
We
No.
can
Hold
Yeah,
on,
same
see,
question.
because think about it. We can see that
Because we
you
can't,
can't
breathe.
breathe it. But can a fish come out of water and see
And
air?
Because they can't breathe air.
Hello. Bro, you might be on to something, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Now
bro.
that's something I'm curious about. Hold on.
What y'all say?
Now that is a valid question, bro. That's a valid question.
We say not aware of water.
They're aware of water. It could detect.
No, fish cannot
Can
see
they
air.
aware of it?
Fish likely aren't
visually perceivable.
Aware of water.
They not aware.
Hold on.
consciously aware of water.
In the same way humans
Because
can't see water.
they are conscious beings technically, so
They don't got the answer, see?
It say,
They don't got the
however,
No fish.
they
cannot see
doing
air.
the same shit we doing. No fish cannot see air.
But they asking Google. Google ain't got shit. We asking chat. Chat can
but
tell
they
you
say can
everything.
fish see air, not
They can
water.
also see through water,
They can see
and their
through it.
vision is adapted for underwater conditions. But they likely don't see water itself unless it's filled with particles or bubbles. So they can't see water.
So they can't see water.
So they can't see water.
No.
And they can't see air.
Wait, so in a short, fish don't see water as an object, but they are deeply in tune.
Of course,
So
because they can
see
only
the stuff
breathe
in the water. They can only see the stuff in the water, basically. They can't see water. They only see the stuff that's in the water.
I don't. They say they can detect water.
Yeah, because if they shit, I feel like if they, of course, they can detect water because if they outside of water, they're not gonna be able to breathe.
Just like if we was in water, we would detect air.
Yeah. You know where the fuck air at?
Man,
Right.
we can't see it, but we can detect it.
Yeah, we know where the fuck up is at. And they know where the fuck down.
Air and water.
That was a great answer. So them niggas just dumbasses at this point.
But we can still see water though.
That's what I'm saying. Say they don't got the answer, Sway.
That wasn't the question.
Then I
Man,
would think,
just ask me
Oh my
can
god,
see water.
fucking ass.
He asked about air, not the water.
think about this. How do you know? You're not a fish. You know what I'm saying?
We don't know what fish can see and what they can't see.
Exactly. But then I just seen this dumbass, they just said that in the same way humans can't see water. What do you mean I can't see water?
They just go and say Google now. Alright.
It's not a reliable
That's
source.
first it is AI. You know that the first thing
Because
you
both
do
are
when you Google shit is
transparent.
AI.
Yeah, every time now.
That-
Wait. No,
Respective.
no fish cannot see air in the same way humans can't see. Yeah, what the fuck? We can see water.
You see water.
Throw y'all out.
Wait,
They say water
look.
is transparent.
What about in the deserts when they be seeing like they be, don't you know how like they be seeing the water, but when they walk up to it, it's not water,
It's
That's
called
like a
a
heat wave.
mirage.
a mirage. Cause we can detect it as water, but when we go up to it, it's not. What do you make of that?
I ain't heard of that.
You never heard of it,
You have heard of that.
right? You had to.
You probably you
Look at that.
You nearsighted or farsighted.
He can't see at all.
I'm not farsighted.
So that means you can't see far. That's probably why you don't see mirages because
Right, you have to see far. It literally, that's what it's for. It's far in the distance. In the distance, you think you see in water, but when you go up to it, it's not water.
But in your case, you can't see nothing in the distance, so you only see.
So you see water.
And fish can't see air. That wouldn't even make
Nigga
sense.
said.
I think
So
that's
what the
a
fuck they
genuine-
talking about? Because they said we can't see
Yeah.
water.
Oh what?
that fish don't see water.
I want some water now.
Nah, yeah,
I'm just talking about water. I
I
want water.
I think the question is, do they see air?
No, that wasn't the
That's what I'm
question.
saying.
I think they see air,
In
bro.
the same way that we can't see.
Because we just said it was opposite.
Right.
So if it's opposite,
It's the same.
we can't breathe underwater, and they can't breathe above water. So obviously, it's opposite.
In terms of what, like,
That
we
the
can each see, yeah.
that what we can see.
So do fish drink?
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, when they eat their food, they gotta ingest the water. That's just like when we eat, we ingest air. Yeah.
I guess you can say
I
that.
think-
Because when they breathe it in the water, it's going right out their gills. So if they
Right.
eating food, it's gonna they got water coming in. It's gonna just be like how we eat with
So do
air.
fish pee?
Hell yeah, they pee. Well,
Do they poop?
they pee
They
and shit,
poop,
don't they? I
yeah.
thought it was together.
Together.
They come out one hole.
Right?
Because why would they shit need to separate? What-
Everything come out of water.
I mean, if the air coming out their lungs, why is it coming out?
And I said pee.
What they drinking on?
You said they can drink water.
Yeah, they breathing the water, so how the fuck are they drinking
Like,
it
okay,
too?
boom.
So because they tank can get dirty somehow. It can't just be by.
They can get dirty by fucking the poop and shit.
But if they poop, they gotta pee, right? Or they just
Yeah, but if they peeing, but they drinking.
that makes
Okay, I'm gonna say, do fish drink water?
So they drink it and breathe it?
they is water.
They say yes, fish do drink water, but it depends whether they're in freshwater or saltwater. Saltwater fish do drink a lot of water. Freshwater fish usually don't drink a lot of water.
Hmm.
Okay, Let
So
me
what
see.
they do? They just when they thirsty, they just open it all.
Right. Inhale some water. Exhale some water.
Oh, you ain't preparing for it. I
Do
just-
fish. What I'm gonna say? Do fish pee? Yes, fish do pee. But how they do it and why depends on what they're there. Oh, it still depends.
Is there air?
Right.
Hello.
So what do they drink? If water is their air, that's what they breathe. What do they actually drink?
Hello.
Like what? You know what I'm saying? Like do they have a
What's their
specific
source of-
beverage?
Water.
Oh, it go.
Hello.
The pee go through their gills and their
Man,
skin,
boy,
so it don't go out an extra hole.
Let me see something real quick.
It just instead
Go
of
out
being
the, it's like they
absorbed,
pores.
Yeah, it come out they pool.
Yeah.
Like basically like if a fish sweat, that's they pee.
Water.
Whether fish drink water depends on whether they live in fresh water or salt water.
Same shit I
Fresh
just asked.
water fish absorb water through their gills, while saltwater fish drink water to compensate for water loss in a saltier environment.
So they saying freshwater fish don't even drink. They just absorb it.
The salt water's gotta drink because of the lack of the increase of
Salt.
salt.
I think they got like school and shit down there.
Where
Like fish school.
Okay,
they got
so
to,
I didn't
unless
even
the
know there was a
parents are
difference
teaching them how
between
to live.
fresh water and salt water.
What they gotta do though?
They
Just-
homeschool.
What makes salt water salt
They
water?
gotta
They gotta
What
teach them,
live,
yeah. They gotta teach them where to go, where not to go. You watch Finding Me in the coral reef. Niggas watch SpongeBob for so many years and still don't know.
Hey, play by that bullshit.
You gotta ask.
But some of the stuff in SpongeBob true too.
Hold on, I just thought about something. Cause okay, humans breathe air, right?
Yeah.
And you can choke the air out of it. Like you can choke a human because like you can choke a human till they pass out because they can't breathe. There's no air to breathe. Can you choke a fish underwater?
You can't drown. Can you drown a fish? Yeah.
If you choking a fish, of course. Cover their gills up, they gonna suffocate.
Can you choke a fish underwater?
Still thinking.
No, I get what you're saying.
Can you drown a fish?
I just don't think you can though.
You can drown a fish.
Cause I feel like
You can drown a fish, you just not gonna die.
cause if you grab it underwater, that's like okay, you choking somebody, right? But you still letting them breathe through their nose. So they're like,
No, because if you choking somebody, they still can't breathe through their nose. They can't breathe at all if you choking somebody's neck.
right, chat? Don't think got noses.
Hell no.
Wait, what?
Where the nose? Oh, boy, let me look this up.
What the fuck?
Niggas need help. Fish don't have noses. Noses. Oh, they do got noses.
No, that's called a nair.
In there. So like,
Can fish smell there?
What is that then?
Yeah, they got to. They can
They
detect
don't have
stuff.
noses. Oh, that mother got a nose.
But that's a shark, man. You're like a shark. What's a fish?
They have
That's
somebody
a
that
shark.
have nostrils, not noses. They breathe through their gills.
So they smell through their gills too?
right. So do they inhale through
But
the?
I ain't gonna lie, Z, ain't it so strange that they breathe water? Like, nigga, they don't flip your mind.
They breathe
They
water.
do.
They breathe water. Like, are you listening to that right now?
They do. Yeah.
Like, if you try to breathe water, it's insane. Like, that just threw me for a loop.
Somebody asked, what's inside a star?
See, I
The same shit that's on the
love
outside of guts and shit.
streaming. I'm learning. You hear me? And actually studying
We
and
teaching.
that's what I'm saying. Learning and teaching and giving people, you know, something to learn in their brains. It's amazing.
Hey, hold on. Big Luke. When the baby is inside the woman's stomach, it's in water, ain't it? Is the baby not breathing water?
I told you we're fish. Zeke, I found it. Listen to me. Just like you said, the baby is in the womb and it's breathing, it's in water, right? Imagine you put the baby in the water. The baby will be a fish.
Like what? He just disappeared.
Just scratch his head.
Bro, hear me out. We can adapt to anything. Cause how explain that? How can you?
Ain't they breathing
How
through the
can you
umbilical
breathe?
cord? And plus the
basically
fluid
a
that's inside of them, they can breathe
You're not a
They
fish,
can
but
breathe in
a
every
fish.
because it helps
In a
them
sense.
with their
Cause
lungs.
you
and
breathe
stuff.
they come
water.
out through their pores
Correct.
Yeah,
like a fish.
technically.
So you're breathing water, right? So I'm saying, nigga, if you can breathe water while you that young, just imagine if you was able to like put in the water, right?
The baby gets oxygen
And
from
it
the
takes
mother
about, I don't know,
placenta.
like, you know,
Yeah.
a shark can come like, you know, eat it.
So the
and
baby
shit.
don't need
It
oxygen.
survives.
It's already getting the
I feel
oxygen,
like
so it's not
In
suffocating.
that moment,
With the
it
fluid.
will adapt to everything.
Because
Like,
it's fluid
okay,
in the
hold on,
baby.
So if we get oxygen in our lungs,
Because it made me think about like when you trying to teach a baby how to swim.
Pause
to
it.
talk.
They just throw that
I got a theory. So if we get oxygen in our lungs, right, from another source, say our belly button, right,
What you mean?
and it's cut off, we can breathe the water, right? We can breathe water.
It's not an outlet to the oxygen, so we technically would be able to breathe.
Yeah,
unless
we are.
have
It
oxygen
is-
already in our lungs.
I'm saying, like, say it was a device that's already like just generating this oxygen, right?
If it was inside of us, generate
Yeah,
oxygen.
because if you think
Yeah,
about
but
it, water
it's
is H2O, right?
It's half parts hydrogen.
It's a hydrogen molecule and it's two oxygen molecules. We only need one of them. We only need one. So that means we breathed it in our lungs, right? We don't have to breathe it out. We don't have to ingest the oxygen. Why? Because it's
Our
already
body-
inside. Yeah.
Our body go absorb the rest of the H and the O.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
And it's going to push it right back
because
out.
it's water.
You said the H and the O?
Yeah, just the H and the O. Because it's H2, it's H2O.
To make water.
Yeah,
H2O
it's
for
HO
water.
squared.
Then you got the oxygen is the O. So we take
We
water.
only need one. We only need one O. We don't need two
breathe.
O's.
It's H2O, not HO2.
Right. One hydrogen molecule and two oxygen molecules.
Okay.
We only need one of them. So the extra H and O about to get dispersed into the water.
To breathe underwater? Is that what you said?
We can breathe water.
So we can breathe
if
underwater.
if we already had oxygen inside of us, built inside our lungs.
You know how a baby, when a baby inside the womb, they breathe in the amniotic fluid so that when they come out, they gotta suction all that shit out their chest and out their mouth and stuff. But they getting the oxygen from the placenta, which is a umbilical cord going through their fucking stomach. So they already getting the oxygen from the mother, so they able to breathe in that fluid, and nothing happens to them, so they not
basically
choking.
breathe underwater
Yeah,
because they got oxygen inside.
from another source.
That's some crazy shit.
But if the mother was to drown, then the baby done for the baby drowned
Hell yeah.
because the main oxygen source is gone. Oh, I should be a scientist. I'm about to find out how.
Have you seen them videos? Like when they trying to get the baby to swim,
Nah, I really ain't seen it, but I'm just saying, like,
they just throw it in there. Hold on.
They do though.
Teaching
They do.
baby to swim.
They just throw the babies in there. Like,
Yeah, and they float to the top.
Look. Hold on.
Ready? Down, turn around. Down, turn around. Lulu, ready, go.
Oh.
No. I want the one where they just toss that.
go to,
So they just toss that.
no, go down one.
Oh, there you go.
14-month-old
Look.
Oh.
You see how the baby's able to just instinct though?
Get that baby. What the fuck?
It's not drowning.
Y'all let y'all baby do that?
Real calm.
I'm saying to save my baby.
Listen to my theory, Z. Listen to my theory. This is what you're not understanding. Listen to me well.
And then that baby flipped upside down and shit. Like,
Johnny, a baby.
No,
down.
Yeah.
14-month-old
watch. Damn.
You see how the baby
That baby touched the ground.
able to just instinct though, just like
She
it's
done
not
flipped
drowning.
around in the water.
It's
Everything.
not drowning.
Cool, calm, and collected.
Look.
Now I started crying.
See, listen to my theory, Z.
But you had to do that for some months before they start dropping your baby in there.
Hell no.
When I when Philosopher Lou get to speaking. Listen. What if the baby never touched air, nigga? Hello. The baby only absorbed water
Clock it.
and would never have adapted to the air.
Is that like
Are you
water
listening
birth?
to me?
Yeah, I get it.
Because
Technically,
how is that humanly possible? But just like the fish never sees air. You gotta be following me.
the fish can't be
You
born
gotta be
in.
following me right now. The fish, they're in water. They never touch the air. That's why
You go
they're
check
not,
my
that's why
stuff
they're
out.
not able to breathe. That's why they.
Great, like that.
So if you was a baby and you was in the water from your start and never absorbed the air, you would be a fish.
How you leave that?
Somebody said,
Okay, he's talking. He's spitting.
You would like be a human fish.
Somebody said, talk with the chat Jesus.
Is that a mermaid though?
I'm cooked.
I'm trying to follow you,
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. You gotta listen to what I'm saying, Z.
Can
There-
you cry
if you
underwater?
would've never
$2 for that
absorbed
dumbass
the
question was crazy.
This right here, and you was in the water, you would absorb water. I'm telling you, bro. I know this to be facts. We just see Zeke now. Now I feel like Zeke not tapped in. Now I feel like Zeke not tapped in. Now, chat. I feel like Zeke ain't tapped in, chat.
Somebody said they not breathing air. They not breathing air in the womb.
That's my point.
In the water, ain't they?
That's my point. So if you would take them from the womb and put them straight into the water, they will probably become a human fish.
So like a mermaid.
Yeah. They would be a mermaid. Because they would be in their habitat. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like
But they can't
adapt.
stay. They can't stay in the stomach forever.
I feel like they be wasting
Only from what we
trying
know.
to get a nigga to read that comment.
No, like the water breaks. They have to come up.
That shit is
It's like a
crazy.
natural process. They have to come up.
But just like alligators come up, breathe for a second, and they go back into the water.
Didn't I just say that? I just said something about alligator.
That's crazy, dog.
I'm just thinking what could possibly be something. It could possibly be something.
Can fish smell?
He already asked that.
Like if I feed in the water, will fish be able to smell it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
technically.
I don't know about that one.
Yes, they have nostrils.
I don't know.
Fishes will be able to smell it.
I don't know. I guess we can smell chlorine, huh?
That's saying, yeah.
You can't smell chlorine.
They say sharks can smell blood.
Oh yeah, I've been hearing about that.
Can fish swim in chlorine?